Morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Big Heart Radio Network show, TV, and also welcome to the Omnic Incorporated. Brought to you live every sit down Sunday with a few scripture chasing and some personality from Monday through Saturday. So today is our Freedom Friday. Hello, everybody. Hello. Now, it's exciting to be able to say that yes, my birthday is coming up on Wednesday, and I am so excited to be able to share with you my live event. So make sure to tune in on Wednesday for my birthday event. The location will be discussed because we have some trollers that want to pop up wherever I'm at. No, no, we don't have a pop-up show for Dr. Glenn. And one thing I don't do is surprises. So it's not never going to be that. So don't do nothing for me. I don't want to be a surprised. I don't need none of that in my life. So, yes, you're all invited to the live presentation because it's live. The more, the less hands on for me, the better. I don't know. I've been feeling that way. A lot of people been coming to me and saying since they've been here, there, and everywhere that they've been sick. They're catching this cough, they're sneezing. I don't like to be around sick individuals. Me personally, that ain't me. Now I wanted to get on and start to share about a subject. Um, Mr. Jamal Bryant, we all love and respect you as a pastor. I do. I've watched your journey and I love your first lady. But I like to say that when I seen the Tamron show and I seen where she was right, she married a pastor. She married into that lifestyle. No, it doesn't come with a handbook. And because Pastor Jamal made the point, people would love to see you anointed, but Lord and behold, don't be beautiful, don't be a little sexy, don't have no character, no swag or nothing. You can't look good or be nothing, but you can be anointed. So keep following Mr. Jamal Bryant. He's a very good leader and everything of that nature. I am not a big follower or a fan of anybody, but yes, I stick my head in the door now and then. And that subject caught my attention because I catch scrutiny myself. Aren't you this? Aren't you that? Or you maybe this? And then I'm single and I remained abstinent by choice. But when I want to have that pleasurable moment, I don't have no eyes all peering down on me with a pointed finger, because I don't fall underneath of their window and I don't walk into their doors. Because I shared yesterday that, yes, when you walk into the doors and that faith lifestyle and that anointment, there's a lot of people waiting there that felt like they needed to be and needed to do. And they want you to be and do those same exact things. But I'm here to tell you, I'm a follower of the Father, and it's no partners, and that's that. So now, yes, it doesn't come with a handbook, whomsoever you choose as a wife. So even with me having some spirituality, yes, I have a minister title. So yes, when I am talking to somebody, they tend to wonder what they would do if we were to go any further. Some people find it intimidating to be with somebody like me that has a lot of titles. Um, Not sure where they would stand. Like imagine being a man that's from the world, because I love a worldly man, because I like to see a transition. So imagine him or her come and stand beside me, and then they start judging me as a minister. Okay, and omnis, we don't get that. We don't catch that, what you call that flack. We don't catch that type of judgment. So this is why I'm encouraging any of the leaders and everything that feel scrutinized, knocked down, and saying, you know what? You mean to tell me because I got on a $2,000-3,000 suit and my woman is standing beside me, or my man is standing beside me looking like whatever they choose to be, and you mad with them because I'm anointed, but you don't want me to be this or that because I'm anointed? No. Go ahead on, be flavorful, be with your swag. The Most High of your understanding chose you to be who you are. There's not too many it's too many ones of a kinds out here. We do have some lookalikes, but we are creating ourselves as the one of a kinds. So, as one of a kinds, yes, I am one first lady without no nigga. Yeah, because I don't want my man, my friend, my homie to be looked at like he have an expectation to be. Ain't that her man? So that's what they tried to do with the pastor's wife. Try to put his lifestyle on top of her. Yes, she gives a kind word. Yes, she supports her husband by being as much as she can. But does she have to lose herself? Is the question. I don't think I don't think she has to lose herself just for that. So no, I'm not going to lose myself. So now and then you'll see me with a little something on. You'll see me talking my little trash. You'll see me keeping me. But when there's a transition in the midst of maturity that has to be made, then yes, you'll get a little slightly different version of who I am. You'll see the transformed woman in who I can be. And you'll also get to see an authentic, transparent woman that the Most High chose me to be. So, yes, we create ourselves in the image. Sometimes we dress and look just like our significant other. Sometimes we even just as thick and tough, and sometimes we the women is more powerful than our man in stature sometimes. So sometimes all the attention does go on us as women. So yes, we'll receive more flack. But I'm just here to let you know that on my Freedom Friday, to let your freedom ring. Let your freedom ring. Be the beautiful soul that you are. Let your hair down. If you want to pull your wig off in front of the community, pull it off. Pull it off. You're gonna be an icon, be an icon. Can't nobody tell you, determine, stand beside you, and make you be nothing. Who are you standing with by yourself? Who are you? Come on. So if the pastor's wife wants to just be the pastor's wife and he's rewarded with beauty, well, congratulations, sir. Congratulations to you that you were rewarded with such beauty. Yes, may I turn around and become a reward for the man that my God is putting me in front of, because I'm running in the opposite direction. I'm the first lady without the mate. At least the pastor has a first lady. She married in. I'm the actual pastor here. So yes, there's a difference. So imagine me standing here with some thug because I'm gonna need security, and he's appointed and anointed with God too. But because he's not dressed to this part, there's a part you got to play. There's a dress code to be with your God. We don't have them requirements over here. I do not have a sign up sheet that says, oh, you got to wear this today. You got that on today. What is that there? You got, is that cleavage you got showing up? I know daggone well that made your titty showing, girl. You can't come here with that. You tell me what part of Christianity is bringing yourself as you are, but yet you can be anointed, but you cannot be beautiful. Well, I have you know, I won't be going nowhere. I won't be changing my desires up on what I want to look like and wear just because I want to worship my God. I'm not going to do it for you. Ain't no way I'm going to do it for you. Now, yes, I've chose my studio and it's a very beautiful, it's going to be a very nice location. I'll send you guys the address soon. And no, if you want to be a part of it, you'll sign in and you'll sign up with me, and that'll be it. But now, this morning's presentation, of course, it's for my late night shifters. Those of you that are signing in to get ready to do your break, sit on down and chill with me. And those of you that are just get ready to get up, move around, and start get ready for work in the morning, do so. But now, 2026, I just can't stop thinking about how positive and how great everything is and how people are starting to shed light and starting to shed themselves. They starting to see for what it is. And I haven't lost anything or anybody, but I have watched the back of people, and boy, oh boy, didn't they look better leaving than they did coming. Yeah, a lot of them look better leaving than they did coming. So I'm hoping to get rid of there's a few more. There's a few more. There's a few more. Oh God, there's a few more. Yeah. So now, with that being said, I'll be out of town this weekend. So pop up, guess who? See you there. Don't worry about it. I'll see y'all there. I'll be there. Don't worry about it. I will be there. There's something going on and I'll be there. I don't quite like to announce myself because I don't know what to say to you guys. But when my family and friends begin to ask me what's wrong, they're starting to notice that there's something wrong, especially when you've had your share of friendships. For instance, I've had a multitude of friends and family that I still have. So sometimes they'll see me and say, hey, we wanted to see you. We saw everybody, but it was something about you that we wanted to see. Something about you walking in that door. Will you come to the next one? Lisa, can you be here? Would you be there? Will you do this and you do that? And then all of a sudden, I don't come. Okay, it's not you, baby. It's not you. I just don't keep company with everybody. And I've never been for everybody because you have to do the math on your fingers. How many women do you know of that literally, outside of the ones that we all know, ever ate in my house, came to my house? Any of them. I've always had a house since the age of 15. I started with a Governor Square, so I've had my own house. If you've never came into my house, we never had a friendship or nothing like that. Why would anybody be encouraging me to be some togetherness with anybody that I was never together with? That's like introducing me to a new man, isn't it? Didn't I have to get to know that man? Yeah, I would have to get to know that man. And so sometimes I get to know a man and don't like him. And then he's not welcomed around me in no way, shape, or form. Now, there's a such thing as tolerance. People call it a tolerance for things. Some men and women have a very high tolerance for people, places, and things. And those people with these high tolerance, a lot of times they're high tolerant, and some of them can be a little short tempered. Now, with me, with zero tolerance, I have a automatic temperature, but I can control it. That's the difference. I know how to turn my temperature up or down. So there's a difference sometimes when you're on a high level of energy and you're on a lower end. Now, with me, I don't allow nothing to make me talk like toleration. That's a key word for today. My Freedom Friday's word is tolerance. What a person might tolerate and what somebody else might tolerate might not be it. So let's say our parents back in the day, they had a zero tolerance for nonsense. They taught you, they showed you, they groomed you. You sat at the table and you ate. There were things that today's tolerance is different. Now, with me, I don't tolerate screaming children. Let's say you got a crybaby, grandbaby. I don't, but if I did, I wouldn't be sitting there holding them or not like that. I would give that back to my daughter and let her know from my spirit that I can't handle that. So I'm the type that has what you call zero, I mean, absolute zero tolerance for any type of anything. So for me to feel uncomfortable about anything, that's because my tolerance is being tested. And I know me more than I know anybody. So what happens is, yes, we have some loving, caring, spirited people that have a very high tolerant level. They can tolerate people, places, and things. People can come around them in any condition. As a community health worker, yes, I'm faced with that. And yes, I'm faced with the adversity of self because, yes, I have a zero tolerance. So sometimes the consumer might come up to me, the client, seeking assistance, right? And they might know they already burnt every bridge that they had. So now they're in front of me with a new story. And if I'm able to see holes through the story, I start, my zero tolerance kicks in. Now it looks like I'm being rude, right? Because I haven't accepted the nonsense. Okay, so that explains my character. You have some men and women that come into a room and they be real loud and boisterous, comical even. And you have a group of tolerant people that have a high tolerance that no matter what, even if it's too loud in their ear and too loud and muffled, you can't even hear them, they'll stay and tolerate that. Not me. Automatically, hand me my coat. I'm out of here. I have 0 seconds to waste. Soon as it sounds muffled in my ear, I turn it off. If you've ever noticed any of my videos up and the next thing you know, if there's an issue, I'll take and turn it off. I'll just delete it. Okay, because I have such a tolerance for zero that I take myself so far to the extreme on memory, I have to remember everybody and who they were. So now, someone said to me, shit, I had it out with this man, and I just went on and told him, hey, listen, I didn't like that because we do that. We talk to each other. And I said, yeah, I have my selected group of friends that when we go through STIT, they come and check me, and I can go and check them, and it's all good. But if you ain't my friend and we sitting somewhere talking, and I had a man do this, he said something in a group of females, just something obnoxious about people dancing and different pH balances and different things around women, but said he wasn't trying to offend those women that were in that room. So when one of the women came out all upset, and I looked and said, well, what happened? She said, well, they want to stay for that money. I'm not staying. He's not going to talk to me like that. I said, well, what happened? Everybody's in there getting their money. Let's go back and talk to the guy. But her, with a tolerance similar to mine, she said, see how he's talking? So when I walked in and I turned around and he turned and looked at me and I looked at him, now we standing there. Now I saw his temperature change because he knew that he couldn't breathe, blink, or speak in the same tone of voice that he did with them. So now he gave me the same exact message. And then I was able to receive it. And then I turned around and told the young ladies what he meant to say. So then he became one that watched what he said when he came around, because he realized that the goofy, loud talking, that didn't work for me. And I wouldn't tolerate it, or I would let him go, or I would make his people fire him. So he stopped doing it. Now, is he still himself? Yes, he is. But sometimes you got to show a person how to treat you. Yeah, you have to let a person know. Yeah, I remember being a young girl. You used to come in the room and talk loud and we would all listen, but I'm not doing that today. So you have to be able to accept those things with people that have a zero tolerance, especially if you know anything about being tolerant. Now, a woman of my stature, meaning started from the bottom and now I'm here. Okay. I'm from the trenches. I still live in the trenches and ain't moving nowhere. I'm going to upgrade to a bigger place, but I'm going to stay in the trenches because, yes, it's in the trenches that I can turn my music up. If I don't want to do nothing but be a little loud in the morning, there's a lot of territory that we can't be tolerated in. So I've learned to build up that type of resistance and resilience to know anybody. It don't matter, male, female, children, adults, grown, whoever. My tolerance doesn't change. So let's say we're all in the room talking, and you got these ones that are, you just shut up, and then you shut up. Not me. No, I can't do it. So imagine you're in a group and it get a little loud in the group, and the group that's having the group wants you to be quiet. So they get to say, could y'all, do y'all mind settling down a little bit? Keep the noise down. Now I might go for that because of the way that, do you mind? Because yes, I mind. Other than that, yeah, I mind. I mind, because nobody's going to tell me or say to me or move around me a type of way that I'm gonna tolerate because y'all tolerate. I'm not going to do that. Now y'all tolerate people volunteering themselves to y'all set. I'm gonna give another example. I have a family member having a party way in, I think she's having it Mother's Day, somewhere around May. My other cousin turned around and said, well, I'm going to do the cooking. I got this, I got that, and boom, boom. My other cousin don't like her food. So right there, it's a conflict. You see that? But yes, she's going to need somebody to do the food because she has to realize she ain't the only one that's going to be eating it. And because she don't eat with cuz makes, don't mean that the people at the party will not. So now, me on the other hand, I'm having a party. I decide on who does the cooking. Soon as somebody raises their hand and say, I got it, I got it, I'm able to be able to say, no, you don't. I'm not the tolerant type that's just going to let you put yourself on my plate. You're not inviting yourself to my set. You're not bouncing in front of me. I don't give a fuck who cheers you on. Don't come in front of me. Don't come in front of me, especially uninvited, because people tolerate that don't mean I'm going to tolerate it. I'm going to embarrass the people and have them removed. Yes, and there's a lot of people, men and women out here, young and old, that don't mind embarrassment. They deflect. It's called take me, throw away the key. They want to be drugged in front of the community. They like that kind of behavior. They've been like that since a child. And you people have tolerated that, and that's why they've never changed. Yeah, but now I was able to change because my family didn't tolerate my bullshit. No, my family and friends didn't allow me to do and be all those things. They said, now it's time for you to slow down, baby. I said, what you fucking mean? You can't tell me what to do and when to do it. Then I heard it one too many times and I said, yep, you're right. There is more bees with honey than it is with vinegar. So let me just cool off my temperature a little bit, step my game up and step into my light. Now, will I tolerate bullying on any level? No, I'm in a group that organizes bullying because, yes, I used to be a bully when I was a young person. I have a charge still on me from 1990 something right now for harassment because Barbara Pianca has the paperwork because I was being harassed one time in the 90s. And I turned around and started doing the harassing because the people thought that they were harassing everybody else. They were going to get to me outside. And oh, the tables turned. Next thing you know, they was at Pianca's pressing charges. Uh-huh. So recently, I was able to laugh a little bit because I was served with that paper. And I looked at the paper like, you know what? Let me go ahead down here and pay this fine from 1994. Because yes, once I'm picked with, and the system already knows that because I had to be tried and tested because of it, because I have a rigid personality that I need to be left alone. Just leave a person like me alone. Now imagine I went through some hardship in life and I chose to get some medical assistance and take care of my body. And all of a sudden, you get into it with people and they start trying to slander your name. That's called defamation of character, especially if they think they're coming with some truth. No, I'm the type that you got to bring that. I'm the type you have to show me. You got to show me. And if you broke a HIPAA law on my behalf, you definitely going to have to show me better than you can tell me. You got to show me. If you broke a HIPAA law, say you work for a health industry that I might be in, right? Me or any patient might be involved because they have some medical issues. And you get to talking about that stuff to your community, you're breaking the HIPAA law. Now you have some people that, oh, it's just talk. It's just, no, no, no. No, no. I don't know why them people didn't tell the community that they knew me. I'm taking it to the extreme end because that's what I am, an extremist. Can't you tell by all the businesses I have that I was never the one to play with? Mm, 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 mm. And what gets me driven is the I don't care spirit. I thrive on it. I thrive on jealousy and I thrive on non-caring spirit. My spirit grows from that kind of dirt. Now, when you say what kind of dirt is that? The kind that you come from the concrete. We come from the concrete bricks. So there's dirt that gets on our name. There's stains that get in our heart. There's things that happen when you in the churches and you actually outside. So what happens is when you become inside like me and your old days are gone and you know you can pick back up anytime you want, but you're glamorizing being 55, you're glamorizing maturity and you're uplifting and encouraging other people through your transition. No, I'm not going to turn around and begin to tolerate anything. So any disagreement that I might have, yes, I approach the ones that I disagree with, especially when I want a resolution. But no, there's not nobody that can come in a huddle and say, why ain't you and him? Why ain't you and her? Why ain't you and the kids? Why ain't you and this one? How come y'all can't? And why can't there be no together? Because you have to realize that there never was. You have some people that in life that have been around multiple generations as yourself, as an old head man, for instance. I know a lot of older men that have encountered a lot of us parents and a lot of us through generations. Does that mean that we naturally just go with them and tolerate who they are because the generations before us did? No. I had teachers in school that I was so glad that my kids didn't have to deal with. So yes, dynamics change, people change. But one thing about my tolerance level, it never changed. So since a child, I've always had a zero tolerance for anything. I can't tolerate cold if I'm cold. I don't wait for nobody to turn the heat up. I go in and I adjust the temperature. If I'm hot, I turn it down. Like I don't waver who I am. I don't I just don't take my tolerance level from nowhere. I don't care who you standing with, sitting with the president. I liked Donald Trump before he was a president. So no, I don't stand with him anymore, not in his title. But if he did another TV show and wasn't the president, yeah, I would fuck with him because I'm presidential at that point. I'm presidential and I'm entrepreneur. So would I deal with Donald Trump outside of presidency? Yes. But will I tolerate him as a president? No. So you don't hear me never say anything about the president of the United States because I don't deal with it at all. I have a zero tolerance. So I don't make my business have to deal with anything that has to do with me having to deal with anything on them lines. I stay quite local, city, local, county. I stay in my lane, as they call it. I don't bounce from lane to lane, standing over here knowing I'm unqualified. I stay where I'm qualified and tolerate that. Now, when somebody has to tolerate me, meaning soon as I walk in the door, I know they don't really want me here, but they're going to deal with me the whole time that I'm here. I don't go because don't nobody tolerate me just like I don't tolerate them. So the moment I think that I'm being invited and you think you're going to have anything or anybody surprise me or think I'm going to conversate or do anything, can y'all stop that shit? Because you do your homework. Everybody that's supposed to be with me is here. I have never had a relationship with not one man or female that did not come over to 2026, 25, 24, 23, didn't fight with the COVID with me. Everybody's still here. So I don't get this buzzing, this jittery. Somebody going to text me and say to me, what she say? They took a screenshot of somebody else's conversation, stuff I don't do. Come to me and say, was this one right here asking, did you bring such and such over to 20? You know, a bitch or a nigga today wish that I would be feeling some kind of way about them. I've never at all. It ain't my fault that a people put a shoe on that don't even fit them. Anybody could be talking about whores or anything. And just because I might have been an old floozy don't mean that I'm going to put the sneakers on and say, oh, they must be talking about me. No, I'm going to keep right on walking. So if I'm going to put the shoe on and fit it, then I must be guilty, then ain't it? So any shoe that you see me flip-flop, flats, wedges, sneakers, if there's a topic and I put a shoe on and I'm wearing it, that's because it applies to me. That ain't none of y'all fault if I do that. So if I made a comment, I don't give a fuck what year it is. I don't care what it was about, whether if it was about a job, a brand new car, some panties, anything. If you put a shoe on and wore it, that wasn't on me. And nor will I tolerate any behavior because a person flip-flopped on with a thought of it was about them. I'm not a thought of anything. I'm a very aggressive woman. And I pretty much stand on what I stand on. And if I say, I'm not even talking to you or about you, but you got a shoe on and it's tight and you fitting it, there ain't a fucking thing that me or my God can do for you. Go the fuck on. That's the only thing I can say. Because at that point, now you think I'm going to subdue. This is where the zero tolerance come in at, where everybody else does this. Everyone else goes and apologizes. They go and say, well, this is what happened. And they go and they deflect. Well, I'm this and I'm not me. I'm the only one in the world. Maybe I might be the only one. I don't care. I ain't going to do it. Now, the studio home that I chose, boy, he got every room covered. I love it over there. It's beautiful. So I'm thinking about taking a spot over there. I didn't want to bring his little business up just yet, but he don't mind. He's like, yes, because he wants me there. So some people want me there and some don't. Some might want to think they can tolerate me, but I won't allow it. As soon as I feel tolerated, I get up and leave. You get either accepting me or you ain't. So those of you that are being tolerated in 2026, congratulations. It won't be me at all. Never, ever. See that thumbs down from Facebook? I created it. Now, I wonder who's coming to town and if it's going to be somebody that's going to perform, or is it going to be somebody for y'all to complain about, or are you actually, let's get a clue, instead of knocking the artist down, Are you going to try to sneak and have an actual interview? Or are we still being ignorant and trying to chase the artist down to have something to knock them down with? The nerve, audacity of these people that want to go and sneak up on the artist that comes to your town to give them a nasty comment. Ugh. I wouldn't dare allow them people back in my establishment anytime I have to hide them and tell these men, don't run down on my artists. That's security measures. At that point, that's a breach of security. Should have let the security jump on them. Yeah, because soon as I start bringing artists, I'm going to make sure the artists have male and female security. So soon as anything happens, it won't be no bias security from my own hometown. It's going to have to be security that don't have no tolerance. Because I see now the artists that I might want to bring, like my cousin Snoop and all of them, they have their own security. So the city won't have to stop nobody because I want the security to stop them. So I'm not going to hire no local security that's going to tolerate bullshit. I'm not going to do that. And then get on there. Y'all knock down the thing. And but who was the one that was going to knock the artist down? Who was going to go and tell the artist how great of a art and how appreciative that we were to have them? Or you have to stop some villain from going and assaulting your artist? That don't make sense to me. Why would I want anything to do with anything like that? Ilk. I wouldn't dare. Now, political. Yes, I'll be running for something. I'll let you know what. I'm qualified to run for anything I want to. So I'll decide. Now, Cousin Wallow gets on here and yells, be a better you. You're going to be a better you. You're scared to be a better you. He's talking to people that know everything. We already being a better us over here. We've already launched. We're getting paid, and that's just it. Yes, I could be at a better location because the location is a little small compared to the steps that I'm trying to take that are a lot larger than myself. I'm not an entertainment, so no, I don't have nothing to do with that. But I am in line for bringing artists. But the artists that I'm bringing will not have local security because any time that any male or female feels privileged, that local security has to stop them from insulting an artist that they've brought here, I would have them arrested. So the city can't stand with me as far as security goes. Y'all can't secure my event because if anybody breach towards any artist that I bring, I'm going to have their fucking head chopped off in their hands, period. And put that on the Most High. Yeah, it's dangerous over here. We don't play no games at Omnichurchinc Incorporated, okay? Okay. So with that being said, we're going to let you guys. I'm going to let you guys go. Because I have my sexy Saturday to prepare for and my sit down Sunday scripture chase. And then I have some things that I want to come back on Freedom Friday and do. But right now, this is for my midnight shifters. Those of you that are getting up, getting ready for work. And those of you that are about to take your last break and get off. Go to YouTube and watch the presentation. I'm going to upload everything. This morning, I'm on Facebook and on Instagram. So yes, all but my bank account has been transparent to you. So the moment that anybody would think or breathe that element thought that I could possibly not be operating, and not only am I operating, I'm prepared to create income for the city itself. Yeah, I'm not here for conflict resolution. They're going to have to figure that out on their own. But I presented a memo and in that memo should be enough for everybody to come together. Yeah. But we have some because of thems. And they believe that they going to be the ones to fix it and can't even get past little old me. How they going to fix a city? I am the city. You got to get past me before you can get past anything in the city. So yeah, It don't matter who the fuck these people staying with. You still gonna have to come to me for every and anything going through and up and beyond, because I'm gonna make sure that my paperwork is above and beyond the city. Yeah, yeah. I'm doing that before I leave. Now, y'all have a very beautiful Freedom Friday.